The first tank, and these tanks are like this big around by my height. I'm not very tall, but they're my height. They're about 5'7", 5'8". Okay. So.
And welcome to another episode of Local Lens. I'm your host, John.
Crystal.
And we like to highlight local business owners and tell their stories here in the Treasure Coast, specifically Sebastian and Vero Beach, because that's where we are here at Riley Black Studios, a rentable space for you to come create your content as well.
Yep.
And today we are joined by none other than Mr. Water himself, Mikey.
The Water Boy.
Water.
What's up, y'all? How we doing?
Going?
Good.
So,
amazing.
For those who don't know, Mikey also has a podcast here at Riley Black Studios, Sacred
Yes.
Soldiers.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about the podcast that you host.
Yeah, so Sacred Soldiers podcast is an awesome podcast based on faith, mindset, and health and wellness. So we kind of tap into all those things. Now that Wifey's been on the show too, we're tapping into some marriage stuff and a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So we got all kinds of good content for you.
Awesome.
So what is Sacred Water for those who don't know?
Absolutely. So I created a technology about 5 years ago called Sacred Alkaline Water is the company. Okay. So the technology that we created takes your tap water, it could be well water, it could be county, city, doesn't matter, and turns it into drinkable, remineralized, living alkaline water through every single faucet in the home. Okay, so I've been in holistic health and wellness for 20 years now, worked at Whole Foods in management for a long time, worked in beverage, organic sales for 8 years, different companies, Harmless Harvest Coconut Water, GT's Synergy Kombucha, and then I got into water. And the reason I got into water was because of my mom's first battle with cancer. So 11 years ago, she unfortunately got diagnosed with stage 3C breast cancer. Did the whole double mastectomy, 12 different surgeries. She had a really rough 5 years, and she beat it. And she had a good 6 years after that. And then, as you guys know, last year, unfortunately, she got diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer, and we lost her 3 months ago. So where we're different is this is a passion project, right? I'm giving life, right? I truly am. And I call the system the fountain of life, not the fountain of youth. Or scientifically, it kind of can be, and we can get into that later. But I call it the fountain of life, and you know, it's a life change that we're giving people. You know, it's not selling just a product; it's literally changing their life.
Yeah. So how does it work? If we were to hire you, what do we get?
Yeah, absolutely. So, do you guys know where your emergency shutoff is for your house for your water?
Yes.
Okay. So usually left side, right side, sometimes in the garage, sometimes in really weird places too.
Right.
I've seen it all.
Yeah.
But basically we connect directly to the main. So it's like, think of it as like a bulletproof vest in between the city's water and your house. It's a protection. Okay. So we cut right in from the city. It's going to go into our pre-filter first. And the pre-filter is like this big by that big around. It's a cleanable pre-filter. And there's plastics that come out of there, sediment, sand, manganese, which can affect our brain health, all kinds of different big chunks of stuff. I'll show you guys pictures later of what's coming through the water. So every step of the system that I've created as well is meant to protect the next step, okay? So first one's going to be heavy metals, microplastics, sediment. That's going to protect the catalytic carbon in the German media tank. So the first tank, and these tanks are like this big around by my height. I'm not very tall, but they're my height. They're about 5'7", 5'8". Okay. So, but they're bigger tanks because your average softener system is like this big. So like these you can hug. And the reason we have bigger tanks is more media, more contact time with the water, the better it can filter and the longer it can last. Okay. Super, super important. So first tank's going to be for chemicals, carcinogens, and gases. So everything like chlorine, arsenic, lead, fluoride, pharmaceuticals, hexavalent chromium, forever chemicals. This stuff is in our water.
Yeah.
Right.
No one's talking about it, but it's there.
Right.
Okay. So we have to filter that out first. And what that does is protect the second tank. And the second tank is full of these tiny little gel amber balls. They're like an ambery orange kind of color. And they're like a gel-like material, and they have a negative charge to them, okay? If chlorine touches resin, it can burn it, and it can kill it. So a lot of people don't know, if you don't have a good media filtering out all the chemicals first, the second tank's not going to last as long. So it's a protection, right? So that negative charge, what it does scientifically is pulls the hardness out of the water. So that negative charge is pulling those ions and pulling the minerals out of the water, the hardness out of the water, particulate matter, particles that are in the water, big floaties, secondary filtration. So we do that, and it also turns the water from a positive charge to a negative charge. So right now, your pipes have a negative charge in your home, and the water coming in is dead water. So it has a positive charge. Living water has a negative charge. So when we flip that from a positive to a negative, because there's a lot of people, how old's your house?
It's pretty
22, I think.
2022?
Yeah.
Oh, new. So I talked to
Well,
people.
we came from a house that was 1969.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
So
Okay. So like think of that house, for instance.
Yeah.
The pipes are 40 years old.
Yep.
They've maybe been repiped once, maybe not.
Right.
People ask the question, well, if I put all this clean water in the house with the old pipes, what's going to happen? So that's why that negative charge is so important, because think of like the backs of two magnets. They bounce off, right? So if the pipes are negative, the water is negative, as the water flows through,
They're gonna,
it just bounces off.
Yeah. Get off.
So it doesn't take any
Yeah.
from the pipes, and it's
Right.
not leaving any damage on the pipes, the plumbing, the water heater, all that stuff,
Yeah.
right? So very important. In the bottom of the tank, in the second tank, we're actually reinvigorating the water, bringing it back to life with a hydrogen media. So we're forcing hydrogen back into the water, more hydrogen, because obviously water is 2 parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen. In this process, have you guys heard of ionization at all?
I think so in the
Yeah.
bottled waters and everything that's
Yeah.
out now. Yeah.
They say the ionize and all that stuff, and that doesn't last that long. So you ionize it, but you want to drink that in the same day. You're not going to
Right.
want it sit in a freaking water bottle for a year
Yeah.
before you buy it. You're not going to get the same effect at all. At all. So what ionization does, just in layman's terms, it takes the water, say the water molecules are like this big, right? You know when you chug a bunch of water and you can feel it move around in your stomach?
Yeah.
That's because your body's only absorbing about 20% of that water. With our water absorption, because we shrink the water molecules to tiny little clusters, your body can absorb this at a cellular level the minute you start drinking it. So in your cheeks, your tongue, your throat, you're already absorbing it into your body. You're getting those good minerals too, right? And you could drink this entire cup of water and you'd be full, but you wouldn't hear it move around in your stomach.
Right.
That slosh doesn't happen with our water. And that's important, because the reason we're thirsty all the time is because the water you're drinking is not hydrating you.
Right.
Yeah.
It's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're living beings. We need living water. Okay, so that's a very important part of what we do. In the last couple parts, there's a huge UV. It's like this big, so ultraviolet rays. So we're burning out bugs, bacteria, microorganisms, parasites that could be in the water, kill them out, and then it goes through the mineral pack to remineralize the water with all the good minerals that it needs to turn the entire house into an alkaline mineral spring.
Nice.
That's nice. So it's not just that tank that's underneath your sink
No.
anymore.
Well, so I was going to say, for those who some of this might have gone over, some of our heads.
We got
but-
real in depth.
Right? So for those who think, oh, I got the Brita filter, I got the filter on my fridge, or I drink only bottled water. What are your thoughts on that?
I love it. Crystal, isn't that your fridge water?
Yeah, I'm real thirsty right now too, and I don't want to get called out like John did.
Listen,
I had to do it.
I produce sacred soldiers, and every time Mikey gets to talk about water like he just did, 1, I get thirsty, and 2, I get super paranoid because he knows I'm drinking my fridge water, what he calls it, which we change the filter how it's supposed to
Regularly.
be. But yes, I get it, and the more you hear it, because I hear it
Way too much.
All the time.
twice
Yeah.
a month. It starts to make sense.
Yeah.
Especially you have a great like how you talk about when you're steeping tea
Mm-hmm.
in the bags, and how the smaller molecules, the tea releases a lot quicker
Mm-hmm.
than your regular water, because of the molecules,
Being shrunken.
Shrinking down.
Look at you.
Yeah. Again, only because I
He's
hear
hired.
it time
Right.
after time after time. For someone who's hearing this for the first time, it can be a lot.
It is a lot. It is a lot. And just to tap on that.
So why aren't those things good enough?
They're just not. There's so many reasons. So activated carbon, so GAC carbon, so granular activated carbon is what most fridge filters, Brita filters, a lot of those filters are out there. It is a cheap coconut carbon that is going to burn out because, again, contact time. Your fridge filter's this big.
Yeah.
Right.
4 people in your family, that's going to last like 3 weeks.
5.
Right.
Yeah.
If that. 5 in your family.
Right. And it tells you, like, I don't know how many glasses, like 1,000 glasses or something like that.
No.
Yeah.
I've tested brand new refrigerators in brand new homes that no one's lived in, that they just did the first run through, the 5 gallons you have to put through or whatever.
Right, right.
And chlorine still came through. Not as much, but it still came through.
Right.
Contaminants and chemicals still came through in that test. And the pH just varies on the fridge. Some of these refrigerators, they're getting a little techie with it, and they're putting a little bit of minerals back. What? I don't know. But whatever they're doing is bringing up the pH a little bit to like an 8, 8.5. But it's still not good. So the problem is contact time. Okay. That's why the tanks are so big. Because yes, it's an initial investment, but it's going to last you close to 15 years is what my system, like a good AC unit, right? It's just one of those things here in Florida. The 3 things you need are a good roof, an AC unit that works so you don't die,
Right.
and good water to protect the home and your family, right? So it's just one of those things, and all 3 of those things will range you 15 to 20K.
Right.
Depends on your house. Roofs could be more expensive, right?
Yeah.
So they're just in that range. So the other things when it comes to it, so many companies have gotten sued. I won't name names.
Right.
But so many companies have gotten sued for lying about what it's actually filtering out. So basic activated carbon will take out chlorine, a handful of other chemicals. It actually can remove forever chemicals, so it's taking out some of the stuff, but a lot of the other stuff it can't.
Right.
Right? And there's a website called the Environmental Working Group. It's ewg.org/tap water with no space. You can put in any zip code across the nation, and they will give you a list of how much of every single chemical that's in your water is in there and which ones could be affecting our health potentially, right? They're a nonprofit that battles chemicals in prepackaged foods, cosmetics, and they're huge on the whole, I call it tap water crisis, that people aren't really talking about. And again, the cities, the municipals are doing what they're required to do. I have to be honest with that. They are.
Yeah.
Do you guys think it's safe for you to drink, though?
Right.
Right.
That's the question, right?
Yeah.
So us as the homeowners, the municipals.
And we've had several, at least not us, but Vero, I've seen the boil water things like we've lived here for 2 years, and I think I've seen at least 2 of those happen.
Yeah,
so
every
that's
time.
always a little nerve wracking. It hasn't been for us, but it's like, that's like a possibility. So
because that's from my news background, I know every time a water main breaks, they do the boil water just in case anything gets into, because they can't, once it breaks, they can't control what gets into it.
Right.
So they say that there's a boil. It's kind of like to save themselves from anything like that. But you mentioned well water. And people, all this talk about like the city water and what they put in, people think they're good with well water, but you mentioned that, you do well water as well. Why would someone who's on a well want to look into a water system?
It's almost worse. Florida well water is like swamp water. It is disgusting. We have, depending on how many feet you go down. So when you're more shallow well, you get tons of iron. So like the amount of iron,
that's why like the sides of houses are orange and
stupid amounts of iron, right? And when people are digging a well like a builder, they're gonna go hit water and be done,
right?
Because it costs more time and money to go deeper.
Right.
You could spend up to $25,000 on digging a well if you go down to like 600 to 650 feet and get a flow artesian well. So the issue that you have with well water, it stinks like rotten eggs.
It does.
Or it smells like blood, which is like very irony.
Right.
So the iron actually has like a very metallic blood smell. Or you got the rotten eggs. So you either have one or the other, or you have both.
Right.
So iron, sulfur, and tannins are the main things that you want to filter out of well water because the levels are literally off the chart.
Right.
Okay, so Florida's well water and county water, we go back and forth with Texas for like worst water in the entire nation all the time. So we're the 2 states.
That's nice.
Yeah. Don't know what's going on, but
Right.
it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So filtering out the well water, there's a lot of companies that will just build like a basic water softener and put it on well water. And you keep having to call the company back.
Right.
There's always issues. The smell comes back, the this, the that.
Yeah, I was at a friend's house and it was like late at night and like you could really smell it when you turned on the water, but like you could smell it like even without, you know.
Right.
But like it just, and like who wants to brush their teeth with that?
Wash their hand
Or you know,
do anything
we
with the
shower
water.
typically at night too, and like, and you know, for her it would happen at night, but like,
Yeah, and like you said, they would keep calling the softener people to come out.
Yeah.
continuously
and like change the like
tweak it,
settings
yeah.
and
Money.
Right.
Well, what we've done is we've created a system that can take the stinkiest, smelliest, dirtiest, nastiest well water and turn it into crystal clear, pristine, absolutely no smell, no color, no staining, to where my well water clients tell everyone about it because I'm one of the only companies that can do that. And all I did was, when I first moved here, I had to learn the hard way. I had to figure out that, whoa, this well water is bad, right? It is terrible. I'm not used to this. What do we need to do? So what did I do again? Just like with the county water, I dug into research, found out what was in the water, found out what can take certain things out. What medias do I need to add in there? What kind of a pre-filter do I have to have because there's more sediment? Everything had to change. It's a 3-tank system, hydrogen peroxide injector, all these different things that I needed, but now it's fixed.
Yeah.
And now my clients are super happy. So there's a lot more. It doesn't matter which way you go. Me personally, even though I know well water, there's so much more maintenance. Even when I hopefully one day buy my little 5-10 acre plot with our friends and we make our little compound.
Right. Yes,
Shout out Josh
goals.
and Amy. We love you. I'm not doing well water. I will plumb county water in there or city water. I don't care. It's just that much easier. It's almost set it and forget it with the system on county water. Whereas like every 3 months.
Because they've already done a little bit.
They help.
On the,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I just, and it's been around for so long, and water filtration on county water has been around for so long. There's a lot more testing done on certain things. Whereas I feel like I finally cracked the code on well water and what you need to do. But there's just maintenance like every 3-4 months that you have to do to keep up with stuff. And it's not that expensive. It's just a pain in the butt.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about the maintenance because you made the references to like your AC unit, which there's you have to change the filter monthly. What does the maintenance look like on city and well water?
Yeah, so both systems take salt, okay? So all these companies out there that are doing, salt-free systems, you can't create soft water without the salt. The salt is what keeps the resin charged. There are resins out there that my manufacturer's been trying to push on me for like a year and a half, and I'm like, no, bro. The other stuff's been around for 45 years. This just came out a year ago, and it doesn't even work the way I want it to. I'm not using it.
Yeah.
But the customer doesn't have to use salt. I don't care. The salt works.
Yeah.
Stop
if
trying
it's less
to.
effective, then
Bro.
Yeah.
So 2 bags of salt every 2 months on a county water system, you're looking at like $12 from Home Depot.
Okay.
Where we're different, a lot of water companies out there will charge you a $100 fee, $150 fee a month to literally come, press a couple buttons for 5 minutes, dump a $6 bag of salt, and they just robbed you.
Right.
So I teach my clients how to do it on themselves.
Nice.
We will be offering maintenance programs for really busy people.
Yeah, people like just like podcasting.
Yeah.
Like some people want to do it on their own, and some people are like, "How much can I pay you to just come do it for me?"
Yeah.
Even if it's
I
not
ain't
hard,
doing
they
that.
just don't want to.
Yeah.
That's why I pay y'all.
Right. Exactly.
But the salt's easy, okay? And then the pre-filter on the county water system is cleanable. So after 2 months of the client having the system, so the client sees me the day of the appointment, the day of the install. I come back 4 days after the install to retest to prove it was everything I promised it was going to be. And then 2 months later, they see us again. I check on everything. And then I also teach them how to clean the pre-filter, which takes 10 minutes. So county water, that's it. And then every 2 years, it's like $500, and you're going to change your UV light bulb, your mineral pack outside, and all the filters in the 12-stage reverse osmosis with the minerals and the hydrogen under the kitchen sink too.
Yeah.
That's with a tech doing that work. So you don't even have to do that work. So, like I said, pretty much like an easy bake oven. Set it and forget it.
Yeah.
Literally.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah.
Well water, a little bit different.
Right.
A little bit more expensive, but not that much. Okay. So the peroxide is like $50 every 4 months or so. We get that from Vero Chemical. They're amazing. They have all the stuff I need for any kind of water filtration stuff. The pre-filter is it's either a 1 or a 5 micron, depending on the house. It literally looks like a paper towel roll, but it's a very tight-knit material that is really good at filtering out the big whoops. That'll be a blooper. Get out of my way. It's like a paper towel roll that filters out all the sand, the soot, the sediment, all the junk. And then when it clogs up, you got to change it. So you're changing that every 3-4 months.
Yeah.
Those are like $20, sometimes 30, depending. And then the filters, the same ones, $500 every 2 years. So really not that much more, but there's just the pain in the butt of having to deal with well water. And then your pump could go out or your pressure tank could go out. And that's like a whole separate thing just to get you water.
Yeah.
And if you lose power, you have no water.
Yeah.
We have water when we lose power. I freaked out when I moved here because I grew up on well water. And I didn't realize that when a hurricane came, the electric went out.
Right.
I told Beatrice, I was like, yo, we don't have water. She goes,
What are you talking about?
bro, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah.
We don't have hot water.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we have water.
Yeah. Take a little cold shower.
Right. So for the people who can't afford the full system, right? The whole, basically, the 15, 20, another appliance or not appliance, but another safeguard on their house, right? Mm-hmm. What are the options for those people like us? We know them, but tell me about them.
I got you. So I actually, not get into an argument, but I actually debate that because everyone can actually afford this because we offer really, really affordable financing options.
Nice.
So do you think that your guys' family is spending at least $5 a day on water? Whether it's filters, whether it's bottled water,
I would say maybe with
you're
the
out and
filters.
about buying stuff.
Yeah.
Are you spending that on coffee too?
No. Well, we make coffee at home.
You make the coffee at home?
Yeah.
So this system is about $5-6 a day if you break it down monthly.
Yeah.
So your average person, can you fit about $165 to $175 into your budget and not have to buy bottled water? You eliminate your fridge filter. You don't need that anymore. No more Brita filters, no more 5-gallon jugs, none of that. During a hurricane, you can fill up your own 5-gallon jugs at the home. I usually keep 15 gallons just in case the water gets shut off.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you never know.
Right.
Just a half, right? But that's the way that I look at it. But I do have other options too. So that's the way that I like to look at it. Because if you could fit 165 to 175 into your budget for a complete life change and sense of security for you, your children, your pets, whatever it might be, and your home, it's totally worth it if you really look at the grand scheme of things. And the average family of 4 or 5 on cleaning supplies, soaps, shampoos, I'll get into why I'm bringing that up in a second, and all your water stuff are at least spending $200 a month.
Yeah.
On average.
Right.
So I'm saving you $35. That's the difference. It's a replacement of cost rather than a new bill for the family. Right. I want to eliminate all the plastic out of your house, eliminate all the chemical-filled laundry detergents, cleaning supplies, and all of that, and replace it with a better option for you. And I can do that by saving you money.
Yeah.
So that's what I tell a lot of my clients. I'm like, it really isn't a new bill. We just have to move some things around.
Yeah.
Right.
You're replacing it with something better.
Yeah.
Right? So the reason I brought up the soaps and cleaners, we're partnered with a company out of Texas, Pure and Gentle Soaps, and we provide 10 years of free shampoo, body wash, bar soaps, facial bars, laundry detergent, 2 cleaning supplies, and hand soaps for free. They're plant-based, they're chemical-free, they're biodegradable, and they're hypoallergenic. So when our clients get these soaps and they're using these super healthy soaps and the clean water, you're giving the city back 99% cleaner water than what came in your house.
Yeah.
You become the filter for them.
Right.
And then the more people we help around town, the better the water can get for everyone. They're still pumping it with all the other stuff. We won't talk about that. But they're doing their job, right? They're doing their thing. So that's the difference. But I know your question also was like, okay, so what if you can't do that?
Right.
Purified bottled water is what I would recommend. When I travel, it's at least clean because purified water has very strict regulations regarding it. So it has to go through reverse osmosis.
Right.
It's clean. It's purified. It's very acidic. Acidity, with my mom's story, that's where sickness and cancer thrive in the body.
Okay.
So we want to eliminate acidity at all possible ways. Go on Amazon. There's a company called Trace Minerals. You can get a little 3-ounce bottle of mineral drops and put that in your purified water.
Okay.
That way, when you're traveling, you guys are in different states, you're in North
Right.
Carolina,
Right.
Yeah.
you have an option. Okay. And then Wendy, Kramer Wellness, another awesome local business, she sells our water for $2.25 a gallon.
Yeah.
So anyone local here,
Grab some of that on the way home.
you want to try the water. I've been telling this man for like
And have
3
it.
months.
You need to
I
have
need-
it like just in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about a way of having it in here. Maybe when
Yeah.
we get a bigger space.
A bigger
'cause
space. We're going to do it.
like a water cooler.
Yeah,
with,
yeah.
With their water. Yeah.
Well, I'm actually designing like a really fancy office one that's going to be
Nice.
dope.
Yeah.
Where it's you just need a water line and it's going to filter inside. It'll look like a kegerator with a little faucet on the top.
Nice.
And you can just cold, hot, room
Yeah.
temp,
Right.
all the good stuff. And then all you do is change the filters every like 6 months. So that's going to
awesome.
be, it's got like a glass outside. It's really pretty.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's what we're working on. But yeah, stay away from the spring water because the EPA and FDA regulations for that are wild. It literally only has to be like 20% spring water.
Yeah.
The other 80% can be lightly
Whatever.
filtered,
Yeah.
whatever.
Right.
You have no idea where it's coming from.
Yeah.
Stay away from Zephyr Hills.
Yeah, I was
Sorry.
gonna say. So, what is one like if you have to have bottled water?
Purified.
What do you? Which is there a particular brand or
Nope.
just purified?
Literally, you
Okay.
could get like Publix, Safeway, depending on where you're at. Fresh
Right.
Market's purified. If it says purified, it's clean. I've tested like 98% of them.
Okay.
And I just know that it's clean based on our testing. Spring water's got really loose regulations. Bottled alkaline water is fake. Do not buy it. It's why I don't bottle my water. It's why I will never have a bottled water product. Because the minerals will dissipate, and when you open it, they're going to go into the air. The pH is not going to be what I promised it's going to be.
Right.
So the reason these companies can do this is because they're putting chemicals, baking soda, calcium chloride, all these different things in the water to chemically create an alkaline pH. Are they alkalizing the water or using natural minerals for it? No.
Right.
So that's how they can't get sued because they're doing what they promised.
Right.
But alkaline is just the opposite of acidic. So if they're making it alkaline
Right.
through a specific way, it's
Yeah.
alkaline.
Because it has to have a shelf life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
it does. And the stuff you're buying on the grocery shelf is like a year to 2 years
Right.
old before you buy it.
Yeah.
It's
That's
wild.
crazy.
Yuck.
Mm.
A lot of water. So you did mention that you don't need to like use your fridge filter or anything like that.
Mhm.
Do you have to? Is there something to bypass the filter?
Yeah.
Can you just run the old filter like until it like how does that work?
No, because those usually get just so
They
clogged
break
up
down.
with the
Right.
other stuff and they
Right.
break down. So depending on, let's say your fridge, what brand fridge do you have?
A Whirlpool.
So it's probably a WEFX, I believe, is your bypass filter. I'd have to look at it.
Right.
Is your filter at the bottom of the freezer or is it up in the top in
The
your
bottom.
The bottom of the freezer. So you have the same fridge I do. You don't need a bypass. So with your fridge, there's actually a built-in bypass. If you take the filter out, the water will still work and water won't go everywhere.
Oh, okay.
So that exact fridge that we have, there's a built-in one. The WEFX one, that's for a lot of different Whirlpools, LGs, stuff like that. It actually has to have an RFID chip in there for the water to work. So you have to put a specific bypass in, and it's literally like a short version of the filter.
right.
Yeah.
And it's like,
It's like a placeholder
empty,
almost.
open,
Yeah.
and the water goes shoo, and then back into the
Right.
thing. Because some of them, if you take the filter out, the water won't come out of the fridge, so you're screwed.
Yeah.
Samsungs are kind of annoying. Great fridges, beautiful refrigerators, but their filter is like right in between the bottom drawers in the middle of the fridge, and they don't have a bypass. So you have two choices. You replace the filter like once a year to
Right.
not have a giant hole in the
Right.
middle of the fridge,
Yeah.
or you have a giant ugly hole in the middle of your fridge.
Right.
Or you put a couple roses in there, make it pretty, and whatever.
Right.
So it just depends on the
Yeah.
fridge. So there
Right.
are bypasses, and we provide that. So I
Okay.
pay for that. They're like $30.
Okay.
So when we do an install, I buy it. So by the time I come back, I have that to put into the fridge for the client, and they never have to worry about that again, unless they get a new fridge. That's a different story.
Right.
So, I'm sure everyone out there now wants to switch their water. How do they contact you?
So reach out on our website, sacredalkalinewater.com. There's a like a lead thing where you can fill in all your information. I can contact you. We can set up an appointment. We always do free consultations, free water testing. Some companies will charge upwards of $250 for that stuff, so it's always free from us. We are not pushy at all. I'm not here to shove something down someone's face.
Yeah.
I'm here to educate, and if it makes sense for that family, awesome.
Yeah.
If their true goal is to really just filter out chlorine and soften the water, I don't have that.
Yeah.
So I'm not the company for them, and that's okay. I'm not for everyone. I want everyone to have this system because I've put so much passion and so much drive and energy behind it to give people a high quality product that they deserve. I would love for everyone to have it. But again, sometimes people just want to soften the water. But if the system breaks down within 2 to 3 years like it does sometimes, that's what hurts me and my heart, because I have a giant heart inside of this little body. And I care about people. Yeah. So like if you spend the $8,000, so our systems are $16,000 for county water, $17,000 for well. First responders get $1,000 off. So military, police, fire, healthcare, teachers. Yes, we help teachers too.
Yes.
And then the cash price is $14 flat, and then it's $15 flat for the well water system. So that would be like writing a check or physical cash. Doesn't have to be, but either one's fine. And some of these other systems will range you, like some of the big name companies will range you either $8,000 to $10,000 or $10,000 to $13,000. I'm not that much more than they are,
right?
Cash price wise. So for the 10x quality, lifetime's like 3x. You get the customer service you deserve. When you call the phone, we pick up. You don't have to wait a week without water to make sure that something gets fixed.
Right.
Peace of mind.
Yeah.
Right? That little bit extra that you're paying is such a peace of mind, and I care about my clients. Like our reviews that we get, we have all 5-star reviews on Google. So important to me. When people ask about water on Facebook, 20 people will put our name because I've built that. In 3 years here in Florida, I've built that.
Yeah.
So they can contact us through the website. You can call me. My cell phone 760-520-5204. Email me, Mikey at sacredalkalinewater.com. So many different ways, and we'd love to help you out. We give back a lot to the community too. The reason I wanted to do this podcast, our podcast, the Sacred Soldiers, was to reach out to people locally and globally, because we can install in other states too. But I just want to give back to the community. I want to be a pillar in the community that people know that they can trust. And that's important to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Anything else you want to tell your potential customers?
The average bottled water drinker. So if you're drinking bottled water weekly, and you can look this up online, you will consume about a credit card's worth of microplastics every week you drink bottled water. Ew. So that's I'm throwing a little Amanda statistic in there for you.
Right.
And it's just important because if you look at the health effects of microplastics and what it's doing to us with dementia and autism and cancer and all these direct links, we got to get away from it. And yes, like say my cup has a plastic straw and a plastic top, but it's not sitting in here for years before we drink it. Right, in heated environments, or if you buy
hot trucks and
if you buy a 5-gallon like BPA-free jug to fill your water, you're gonna drink that 5 gallons in like 5 days, right? Depending on how many people are in the family. When it sits in plastic on the hot trucks and the warehouses, it's leaching and leaching. Right. Water is a solvent. Whatever you put in water, it will dissolve over time.
Right,
even like a tire. You see that happen in like the rivers and stuff. Yeah. So that's what I would leave them with. I love people. This is a passion project. I want to help people. So if you get anything from this, just find a way to do better. And if you can't do the whole system, call me. We can find a way to get you water. I give people free water all the time from my house. So if there's a way that we can help you, just give us a call. We'd love to help. Drink your water, drink more water, and drink good water.
We're on our way to your house after this.
Let's go.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us for a little over half an hour.
Yeah.
It's always great.
Pleasure.
Be sure to tune in to the Sacred Soldiers. Yeah, right. Too many S's. Podcast. Follow them on everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Not TikTok yet, but anywhere you listen to podcasts, it's there. Be sure to listen because there's a lot of tips and where you can find water, what to do with water, because Mikey is a brain when it comes to water. And if you would like to be highlighted on Local Lens, or if you know a business who want to, feel free to reach out to us. Also, Facebook, Instagram, info@Riley Black Studios is our email.
And it's free.
And it's absolutely
Like
free. Like free. There's no catch. We're not going to sell Mikey a package afterwards.
No.
He's already doing
I
a
already
podcast.
have one.
He's already doing a podcast here with us. But yes, we have aside from Local Lens, if you need any content to be created and you need a studio to do so because maybe your workspace isn't ideal or you don't want to spend in lightings and camera and audio equipment, we have you covered. Content, podcasts. We also can come out to you and shoot content, reels, origin stories, process, or
we
help
just
you
help somebody set up their webcam.
Yeah.
So,
Anything to do with video and content, we've got you covered. So just feel free to reach out to us. And it's been another great episode of the Riley Black Project.
Riley Black Project?
Nope, sorry, that's our podcast.
It's been another great episode
of Local Lens.
There we go.
We got it.